I pledge allegiance
To
the flag of the United States of America
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and moving on to number 3, approval of the agenda for July 7th, 2020.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Stein,
I'll second, sorry.
seconded by Commissioner Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? Aye. All right, number 4, approval of minutes from June 2nd, 2020.
Mistake at the end.
That's what I was gonna say, the comment from David, because he wasn't there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
Other than that, it looked good. So I would move to approve the minutes from the last meeting, but I wasn't there.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Sutherland. We have, with the amendment that Commissioner Bogdan was
Right.
not there.
Yes.
I'll
Do we have a
second.
second? And seconded by Commissioner Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
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 And moving on to number 5, Fraser Parks and Recreation and Senior Center Gratitude.
Yes. So once again, I want to thank Kurt. Wait, I just had a huge thunder here. It took my attention away. Kurt, our van driver, I'm just so in awe of, his determination and, his passion for what he does. And he really goes above and beyond for our van riders. So I just keep praising him because he's doing a great job, doing this essential service for the seniors. And then I want to thank the farmers market, Nancy and Alyssa and everybody. Excited to get this month going, and I know it's not a easy task, so we give them kudos.
Thank you.
And other than that, there's not really much going on, so those are my thank yous.
All right. And moving on to number 6, report on parks. Parks improvement.
Yes, so very exciting at the last council meeting. They approved parts of our recommendation, and I have updates of when these items will be completed. So the playgrounds have been ordered. There's a 6-week turnaround to actually get the equipment in, and then they said 2 weeks after that everything will be in. So we got 2 months, give or take weather or any delays. But we're looking at 2 months, then we'll be in. It'll be done, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Nice. Can't wait.
I know.
Does that include the sidewalks too?
It does not.
Okay.
So this week, the Michigan Rec is meeting with Nick to go over the plans from the other company. So they do have to adjust their plans somewhat because they're 2 different companies that are working together. But there's not a problem with it. They just have to sit down, figure out where they're going to lay out everything, and then they'll be able to put in those asphalt pathways. And then the last big thing that was part of our parks improvement from last year was the Goddard tennis surfacing. And they've been backed up due to COVID, obviously. So they're giving us about an August date. Sometime in August, they will be redoing the tennis courts at Pompo and at Stebbins. So
Great.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Yes.
As far as the playground equipment goes, are they doing both at the same time, or are they going to do like Pompo first and then Somerset, or install
It's
them?
just the one company, so I'm assuming that they're just going to do one at a time.
Okay.
I don't actually know that for sure, though.
Okay.
Aye.
And is that it for park improvements, or did you have a question,
Signage.
Mr. Ogden?
you want me to mark or, yeah, I wanted sign, I was curious about the signs, the new signs, when those would be in.
So at the council meeting, there was some discussion about getting more quotes and more bids for those. So we're gonna talk to Patrice to see her contact, and then I know Nick said that he was looking for other providers as well. So that has not been approved by council, that they kind of kicked it back to get, you know, a wider variety of plans.
Thank you.
Anything else on parks improvements? All right, moving on to B, status of parks.
The parks are open. They're getting a lot of use. Before the meeting, Michelle kind of gave us an update on the restroom lock. So I'm just going to kind of reiterate what she said for a formal meeting. So the restroom locks have been redone at Stephens Park and McKinley Park. They're going to be they're going to unlock at 7 in the morning and then lock back up at 10 in the evening. And there is a system, it's a hardwired system, so it's mostly pulls energy from the electricity that's in the building, but there is a battery backup. And there will be lights on top of the buildings where if something happens and either the power goes out in the building or something jams the door so it doesn't shut, there will be a light that turns on, so police, if they're driving by, they'll be able to see that something's up and like they'll be able to go check it out. But that's pretty exciting to have those in. I think she said that they're gonna be active, was it this week or next week?
I think this week she said 7 to 10.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Also, the Fraser Public Schools have been given the green light to go forward with their Meet Up and Eat Up program at McKinley Park. They're going to be offering free lunches for anyone under 18 at McKinley Park Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. And there's all sorts of locations, so it's a great resource. If anybody with kids, you know, if you don't mind going out, then it's a great, you know, it's free lunch. And it's got lots of, it's not just, you know, snacks, like it's, you know, fruits and vegetables, and they make sure it's well-rounded. So that's exciting that they're going to be back. And then I get calls daily for pavilion rentals. I kind of figured that was going to happen. But I'm just astounded at how many people actually want to rent the pavilions. And just so you guys know, and you know what we've been telling people is that the pavilions are there. They're open for anybody to use. They are first come, first serve. We're not doing any reservations. The bathrooms are open. We do ask that people follow the governor's guidelines, which at the current time is 100 people outdoor for an event, and persons that are not in the same household should social distance or wear a mask. And, you know, if things, you know, get worse or the governor's order changes, then, you know, if she like, you know, cuts it down to maybe 50 people, then, you know, those restrictions would change as well. We haven't had much problems. People are asking if they should schedule parties out there, and that's kind of up to the individual. I would hate to have a party and, you know, tell my guests to come there and then find that somebody else was in the pavilion, because it is first come, first serve. So, I mean, it's a service that I miss, you know, being able to offer. It's definitely showed me that it's needed and wanted in the city. So that's been taking up a lot of time.
And we're not making any money.
Right.
I do have a question on that. Are they allowed to drive out there on that blacktop?
They are not. If the police see it, they'll tell them to stop. If like when my staff was out there, like for programs, they would tell people to get off blacktop, but they're not, there's no driving on the park grounds.
Well, between those new posts that they put in there, I looked at that and I could see an SUV getting through.
Yeah.
You know, I did see one one vehicle on there. That's why I asked, because I didn't think, there never used to be the paths, but the paths are nice now. But,
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens. And when we had pavilion rentals, and there was one time last year where somebody tore up the grass. It must have been muddy or something, and they must have a big truck because it just tore up the grass. And we were able to look back to see who was out there and when it happened. And I think the police contacted them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the parks. They're definitely being used. We just hope that everybody's staying safe and, recommending Lysol or Purell a lot, and just distancing when you can.
Any questions on the status of parks from anybody?
Wow, it's really storming.
Moving on to 7, volunteer group reports. A, updates on McKinley barrier-free park.
All right, lots of things for Fraser First right now and McKinley. If you haven't been out to the park, we do have a new global motion in there. It's a climber for kids. It's been packed every single time I'm out there. Kids love it. I think parents are sitting there spinning it and spinning it and spinning it, and the kids are just telling them to go more, so they're probably exhausted, but honestly, they love it. So that was put in the beginning of summer, but they really couldn't play on it until like a couple weeks ago.
Fill it, please.
We do have the sensory garden is in, only the path, of course, which was done in the fall. We did have a project called the Peace Totem Project, and 10 artists did totem poles that represented tactile stuff. I guess you could say peace stuff. Like, if you ever get a chance to go out to McKinley and look at these totem poles, they really, honestly, these artists did an amazing job. A lot of work went into, especially Cheryl's, holy mackerel. A lot of work went into a lot of these. There's things for kids to play on them, like touch and, look at. So really, really awesome. I had Nick out there today from the Chronicle, so kind of a good story. What else do we have? Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to go through. So we do have a coloring sheet.
Mommy, did you feed
You can go on FraserFirst.com and get your coloring sheet. If you print it off and color it and you bring it to Dairy Maid, you can get a free ice cream cone up to a value of $2. So that's kind of exciting. We already had, I think she has 12 up already, coloring sheets. So FraserFirst.com, you'll be able to print those right off and color those. So Sarah Kelly, are you doing it yet?
I'm gonna print up like 20 of them just to keep them occupied.
There you go. So that's cool. Dairy Maid is helping with that also and donating some for that. So that's awesome. We do have a raffle right now. It ends July 16th. It's for $250 worth of restaurant gift cards. Most of the gift cards are around this area. We thought, why not give back to the Fraser area restaurants that are struggling? So we went out and purchased a whole bunch of gift cards from these businesses, and then we're gonna raffle them off. They're $5 a ticket. You can go on FraserFirst.com also and purchase them right online, and then we'll send your tickets to you virtually. So there's no requirement for face-to-face if you don't want to. On July 16th, we will be at Ramshorn by 6. We will be outside. There will be tables outside. So if you want to come and visit or just buy tickets then, the raffle will be at 7 o'clock. We'll pull the number. And like Ramshorn, they always, Leah at Ramshorn always comes through for us and lets us use the space and all that stuff. So we really appreciate that. The next thing. We do have a water line that Fraser First paid for to go from the pavilion to the sensory garden. That is already installed. The line is not the spigot or anything yet, but the line is installed. And then the spigot will be installed. So now getting water to the garden will not be, once we get the garden beds in, will not be a problem. And Fraser First paid for all that. So let's see what else. Our next meeting is July 21st at 6 p.m. It will be a Zoom meeting. The information will be on FraserFirst.com. Fraser First Facebook. McKinley Facebook, and I will put on enough also. So the Zoom information for that meeting will also be there. That's 21st at 6 p.m. Let's see. We do have a comedy show, but that might be kind of pushed out because of all this COVID stuff. So that's still up in the air. Other than that, I think that's it right now. We're just going to wait. We're on a waiting list for the Sensory Garden to get everything put in, which is going to be probably, hopefully, end of summer, if not fall, because everybody's so far backed up. Other than that, I think that's it for Fraser first, or McKinley, I should say.
Anybody have questions about McKinley? Okay. Moving on to B. Thank you, Sherry. Moving on to B, updates on Fraser Fresh Farmers Market.
Yes. DPW installed the doggy weigh stations at Meadows, one at Harrington, one at Pompo, one at Somerset, and one at Steffens. They are equipped, ready to go. I know I saw the one at Steffens, which is in between the entrance by Fort Fraser and the pavilion there. I did see it up there. I gave Nick, his choice of where to put them because I felt he would know better. So that's been taken care of. They did a nice job. And the market opens up on Saturday at 9 a.m. and closes at 1. So hope to see you there. That's it.
Any questions on the farmers market? Hopefully, well, the weather should be good, but hopefully you have a lot of people come out for that. And moving on to 8, overview report from Parks and Rec Director.
Yes, so now we are about 3 months into COVID, and I think that this month in particularly, I've realized that without staff and being cut to 20 hours a week, it's near impossible to get anything done. Just with all I'm surprised at how many people reach out questioning the city picnic and parade and obviously the pavilions and just in the van, because we've opened up the van now to being for doctor's appointments. There are still some seniors who want us to go to like hair appointments, so sometimes it takes a little bit of time to explain that we're not doing those types of appointments, and actually no cities around here are. Everything is just groceries and medical, just for the time being. So it's been taking up a lot. And I've been in a lot of meetings lately and talking to other cities and seeing what they're doing. And we're pretty similar with other cities. A lot of people are just waiting and to see what's going on. The cities that are able to do a lot of the virtual programming, they still have their staff. So it's just been different feeling out how we operate with just me 20 hours. So I'm just ready for this to be done. I'm ready to get back to normal. So like I said, the van has been picking up. We're doing multiple days now for the van. And I've been working on trying to get money back for some of our programs, particularly our senior programs that we've had to cancel, like shows and theaters and the Tigers. And it's been very difficult trying to get our money back. I think because the offices are probably closed as well and, trying to coordinate things. But our budget was passed. Well, I think we've had a meeting since that budget passed. So we're good for 2020 through 2021. I'm anticipating, everything's changing. So it depends on when, we're able to start offering, opening up our building and being able to do those types of things. But the original plan was September, bringing back staff and then starting things back up in October. With this second wave that's coming of cases, it seems like it's escalating a little bit. So we're just kind of waiting and seeing what's going on. and trying to accommodate, you know, our essential things like the van. So that is my update for the Parks and Recreation Senior Center.
Thank you. Any questions on that? All right, moving on to 9, other business. A, discussion regarding Zoom meetings, issues, and future plans.
Well, I want to first apologize to David. I'll take full responsibility for that, because I remember when we were trying to get the audio to work, I said, well, maybe we can just kick him off and he can come back on. And, you know, I just want, you know, we had good intentions. It just, it didn't work.
You understand. I would like to make my suggestion, as I probably caused this conversation, is I think you did the right thing, though. Let me say, you know, just go ahead and have the meeting. I think if in a situation where it's just a person, give them the option to go on with the meeting, because they would know if there's something serious they want to be there for, or if there's something serious they needed to share. And I didn't have anything, so it was no big deal. I just walked over in the other room, and me and my wife watched television. But if it was something overall where multiple people couldn't get on, I would say cancel the meeting. Postpone it until whatever the problem is, until it gets sorted out. But you might have an option available for situations where, you know, like last month, I don't think I really missed anything that I'm not caught up on. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Somebody needs some help back there? I'm not opposed to a 5-minute break. I heard the screaming. But I'm done.
I think that's a totally valid solution. Hopefully we never encounter anything like that again. We know now not to kick anybody out in hopes that it'll reset. But I don't know, I'd like to hear like what the commission thinks, and if we want to make a formal rule or just kind of, I think everybody has the same feelings about it. So it just is up to you guys if you want to like stipulate, like write out a formal rule, or if we just want to be cognizant that if this situation happens again, we kind of know what to do.
I would like it written out, in my opinion, just so it's there. That way it's in writing. But I like the idea from Commissioner Bogdan that it would be up to the commission and the person that was unable to attend. Because, you know, like you said, if there's something important you would like to talk about, you don't want to miss your shot at that. So that's what I would think. Commissioner Stein?
I agree with you, Cheryl, but also if there's more than 3 of us that get kicked out or can't get in, we can't hold the meeting anyway. We got to make sure that we have at least 4 no matter what.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that's, but I agree there has to be something like what Cheryl said.
Yeah, because it seems like I just have a feeling the Zoom meetings are going to continue for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
So technical issues are bound to happen to anybody. Mm-hmm. So it would just be nice to have something laid out so that we're not waiting around or just, you know, figuring things out when it happens. Go ahead, Sherry.
Also, isn't there a way if they get kicked out of this Zoom meeting, they can call on their phone and at least listen and talk back and forth? I think there is. I'm almost 100% sure. Because that's how we do it at work. If we get kicked out of the Zoom, then I can call on my cell phone and be back in the meeting. I can't see people, but at least I can see them and I can talk to them.
I probably could have walked over and turned my TV on and this meeting through my TV, or one of the 3 tablets laying around, or the 2. You're absolutely right.
No, I don't think you could have, Dave Bottom, because if it's under your email, it will not let you back in.
It probably only blocked my computer, not the devices. And this computer is registered to my wife, so it's not even registered in my name. I have to change the name every time I come in.
Mm-hmm.
So the TV, although it goes through the same modem, it has a different ID. So actually, that might be a good thing for someone to mention to Michelle to maybe test other devices.
Actually, David, I did text it to you, but I don't think you were checking your phone. I texted you the audio for you to dial in, but I got no reply.
Not
And I
probably.
don't,
Well,
Um,
we can look into like if it's tied to, well, Michelle, do you know if it's tied to like email address or is it tied to computer IP?
it's his IP address. So
Okay.
I did ask him if he had another one, but I wasn't getting any answer. So I might not have even had the right cell phone number. I was just kind of hoping I had the right one. And I was texting him an audio file too for him to dial in, but I wasn't getting any answer. So Dave, I was just kind of guessing that I had the right phone number for you.
I think at that point he was watching Jeopardy.
He might have been. I was kind of hoping, I was trying to get you back in, but I didn't even know if I had the right phone number for you. So I was desperately trying, but
Well,
again,
contact list. Oh, let me check. Has the correct cell on it. Unless you texted to the residents, that one can't get a text.
yeah, and I was just sending you, I sent you the audio files and said, try to dial in. And I asked you to try a different computer to come in.
Well, I think all in all, I think it's a good thing for us to, I can put it in our minutes so it's official.
Yeah.
But I like, you know, if a person is unable to attend, that we reach out to them to
Exactly.
try to figure out the issue, and that person can then decide if, you know, yeah, let's take a little bit of time and figure it out, or if they wanted to, they could bow out and say no. You know, it's
Yeah,
not.
I apologize to David that it was him that was the guinea pig on this, and it shouldn't have been.
I'll be glad to be a guinea pig again if you want me to try on say the next meeting logging on. I don't have
Maybe early.
with cameras, but I can log on with this one and either a phone or a tablet and see if I can get on at the same time. But I don't have the apps on anything else, or the Zoom app.
And we can even set up like a practice one that's not, you know, at a different time where we can practice with it and see what happens.
Well, that way you will know.
Yeah.
It's new.
I have no problem with that. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is McKinley is live with the locks right now. It's the Stephens Park that will be live this weekend. But if you guys see that the locks aren't working or you're over there and something's not right, please reach out and let us know. Let me know so that I can make sure that they get fixed. If for some reason something happens, something's damaged or whatever, because I won't be out in the parks like you guys.
Michelle, that's all 4 bathrooms at Stephens, right?
Yes, it is. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to sign off again, leave you guys alone.
Okay. So does that sound good? If a person is unable to attend, we must reach out to them to see if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
like
fair.
that idea.
Commissioner Stein?
You know what else? Can you also highlight the number that they can call into if they have a problem where they can still hear and talk back to us just in case?
Yeah.
Highlight it in our agenda. It's at the top, like, so they know. Just so if somebody has a problem, they can get in.
Yeah, in the agenda, the paper agenda, it does have the one tap mobile. I've never actually done it though, so
It works great. Just like this, you just can't do video. You can
Okay.
talk and hear and everything.
okay. Well, we'll add it to the minutes so that we should probably get a motion. There should probably be a motion in a second if we're going to be, adopting that policy.
Does anybody want to make a motion on that?
I'll make a motion, but I don't remember the exact wording on the policy.
I could do it. We can make a motion to amend the policy that if one commissioner is unable to attend, that we will attempt to reach them in an effort to help them join the meeting.
You need to add Zoom in there, though.
Yeah. Zoom wise.
Oh, yeah, Zoom wise. Yeah.
All right, we have a motion by
I'll
Commissioner Sutherland,
second.
What I
seconded,
said.
seconded by Commissioner Kelly. All in favor?
I
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed to that? All right, perfect.
So the other thing I want to talk about the Zoom meetings is, you know, we're probably going to be doing this into the future. I think right now the limit is like 10 people in a room or something like that, and you have to be 6 feet apart. And in a commission meeting where all of our chairs are kind of like together, it really doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm
So
saying double.
for right now, until we, you know, until everything starts opening up for real, I think we should just keep doing the Zoom meetings.
I was going to ask that too because I don't know. I feel like I had it back in January, so I may be fine. But being cooped up in a room, I feel if everybody's not wearing a mask, it's an issue. And can you enforce the mask? Or I was going to ask that too, you know, before the meeting. I forgot, but I was wondering if City Hall was requiring masks. But regardless of that,
Well,
for
the
employees
employees are behind plexiglass, so they don't have to, but they have to be screened every morning. And then like residents coming in have to wear a mask. So
Yeah. I would be okay with Zoom meetings for however long it takes.
I agree.
okay.
Too, because then I could attend when I'm at work or something.
Yeah. Change your background. Nobody would know.
That's
I'm actually in Minnesota right now.
Oh, lovely.
Well, I don't know if anybody else saw double, but Dave was in.
I did. I saw it was kind of trippy.
Yeah.
Or two devices from the same place. So,
Thank you, Colton.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll keep doing these until a time uncertain. I don't know when things are gonna change.
Yeah. Just more under control, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows when that'll be?
Okay, I muted myself, Lauren, I think. No, I didn't. There we go. Got people in the background, sorry.
All right. Is that all for the Zoom discussion?
Yep, that is it.
Anybody else have anything else to say about it? Okay. Moving on to B, discussion on recreation positions, chairperson, vice chairperson, and secretary. Position terms ending June 30th, 2021.
Yes, so I apologize. We're a little bit behind because these positions change every year, or they're up every year. So we're going to be talking about the positions for those three, the chairperson, vice chair, and secretary. And then how we do this is anybody can be nominated. You would just have to say that you nominate somebody. They can accept or decline that. And then after all this discussion, people will give a motion for whoever they think. And then we go forward with that. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to discuss, and we'll get this on the roll.
I'm
So I get it
totally
started,
happy with everyone who being where they're at.
I am not going to be secretary anymore.
I would like to step down from chair. I feel I'm not a great meeting leader, so it's not my comfort zone.
A lot of virtual meetings nowadays, and you are a great meeting.
That's right.
leader.
That's right.
Great. So do we make the nominations now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move on. C, nominations for chairperson, vice chairperson, and secretary.
Yep.
I wanted to nominate for chairperson. I was thinking of nominating Commissioner Kelly. You have experience. You look so excited about that. Come on. You've been on the commission. You're involved. I think you would be a very good chairperson.
I second that.
oh,
I feel this peer pressure.
Sorry, Kelly.
I mean,
That's a wrap.
yeah, sure.
Would you?
I want to make another nomination too. I would like to nominate Dana as vice chairperson.
I would second that.
What do they do?
If
You're
I'm
on
not
the
there,
meeting,
you would
the
run the meeting.
chairperson can't make it.
Oh, Sarah, you're not allowed under any circumstances to miss any meetings. Oh,
You want me to keep on going? I can make more.
No,
she's got it all set. She's got it.
No,
So we
I'm
keep
thinking
going.
Renee's doesn't want to. So
I was going to
make-
nominate secretary, so
Sorry, go ahead. What were
I
we
was going to nominate Dana for secretary.
Oh, sorry.
Still a lot of love.
You can wear a lot of
You're
hats.
gonna do it all, okay? You're just it.
I mean, I'll nominate, eeny, meeny, miny, David for secretary.
Oh,
I would second that.
yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think so. I really have to pass.
I can't hear him.
Sorry. Oh, you can't hear me?
Mm-mm.
I'm
It's just a
sorry.
little muffled.
Yeah.
No, I have to pass on that. I really don't want to be secretary. Nancy?
I was going to nominate Nancy, but she has a lot going on with the farmer's market. Does she want
I
to
would
do?
second that.
Fine.
We still have Sherry left.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're about to be this person.
I gave up vice chair. Why would I take another? Nope.
Someone
I would
has to
say
do it.
I'm terrible at note taking, so I would not be a good fit at secretary at all.
I do it all day. I'm an admin. I'm not.
Ooh.
Well, then you'd be perfect for the position.
No.
I mean,
No,
someone's
things are
got to
getting crazy
do
for me.
it.
If it helps anything, I don't mind, especially now that we don't have, a lot of programs going on, but we can take care of the actual minutes.
So then secretary would be like a label only?
And it's how it used to be. And then
Christine, if you want to
It's
stay
just
on?
work. I have to do it.
When I was
Just-
secretary.
You back in?
Well, I know you've mentioned that it's a lot of work doing the minutes.
I
I'm
bet.
sure Christina knows, but
Yeah.
it's a lot.
So, I can do them, or, when I get Jennifer back, I can have Jennifer do the minutes.
I just can't do it because I'm back to work. I'm also in election inspector, supervisor. I just got too much stuff going on, and I just can't do it.
Renee, what if you stayed secretary, but he did the minutes?
No,
He's like, no.
no, because I would feel bad if
I
Christina
know.
had to
I
do
would
it.
feel bad too. I know.
I'm not going to put her in that position.
Right. I agree.
Well, to be honest, it really has always been somebody from the department. It used to be Carol Ferguson, and then it was Candace, and then it was me. So it's always been somebody in the department. I try to bring it back to the commission because that's what it says in the bylaws, that the commission would do the minutes. But I do understand the minutes are, it takes some time. It takes a few hours time. Usually I'll just rewatch the meeting on 1.5 speed and then pause it and type down whatever. So it's fine. We can take that back over. That's how it's been, as far as I can remember, for the past 20 years. So
If I was working, still worked for a living, I'd take it. Being retired now. I don't have time now.
You have more time than us.
I think when Renee got it, I think it was said, I think Sarah Kelly had it before. And Sarah said, oh, you don't have to do anything. It's all done for you. And then,
Sure did.
this year, we're going to have, Renee do them.
Or maybe because it is a position that really hasn't been, like, Renee has been awesome. I was so happy that Renee was doing them. But like I said, the past 20 years, it's been the recreation department that's done them. Maybe it's a position that, although it was put in the bylaws, it really isn't an active position. And maybe it needs to be removed. I don't know if we can remove that position.
It could just be more a title so that we got the third signature on the minutes and.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have to figure that out, but.
Does it have to be done this time, or can we table secretary till next month?
We can table secretary.
If all else fails, Sherry's gonna have to do it.
Table,
It's like,
Renee's not,
Wait a second, chairperson, maybe not. All right, so now can we make a motion then?
Yep, you could start, if you could do each position separately, and make those motions, and then I'll write them all down.
I'll start. I'll make a motion is it a motion to nominate or a motion to appoint?
To appoint.
Motion to appoint Sarah Kelly as chairperson to the commission.
I'll second it.
Seconded.
Okay, so we have a motion by me and a seconded by Commissioner Stein. She was first to it. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Commissioner Kelly.
Thank you.
Okay, I will make a motion. I will make a motion to appoint Dana Sutherland to vice chairperson ending in June 2021, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's my motion.
I will second that. So we have a motion by Commissioner Stein and a seconded by me. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Dana.
Yay.
Sarah.
No meeting left.
All right, and we're tabling the secretary until next month.
Yeah, I'll need a motion for that.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to table secretary until next month.
I don't understand why nobody wants it.
Even though it sounds like there's not going to be any work going forward,
Right.
it's just the title.
Well, and you said maybe a third signature, right? If a third signature is required.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out if we need that or if we can change our bylaws, because the commission, you guys can change your own bylaws. It's made by you. So I'm gonna see if that's even a possibility.
Yeah, can we add that to the agenda next month? And then if it's something that could be eliminated, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So until then, I'll make a motion to table the secretary nomination and appointment until August, sorry, wow. Until August. Oh, man.
Because I wonder if it could even be something where it could be written in a way where it's like the position would only become active when it was necessary, or, and you have like certain things that would qualify it as necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll do some research and I'll ask our city attorney because he knows a lot more about this stuff than I do.
So we've got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second
All right. So a motion made by me and seconded by Commissioner Bogdan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. So moving on to E, the receipt of Parks and Recreation bylaws and boards and commissions handbook.
Yes, so I forwarded on to everybody a copy of our bylaws, which I just said was reviewed by the commission in February 2015. That was the last time we looked through our bylaws to make them more little bit more updated. And then the boards and commission handbook, it has a lot of really good like ways to handle a meeting, and how to prepare so that when we do come to these meetings, they can be as smooth and we can get as much done as possible. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody got that, and nobody had any questions, but really it was just a receive and file type of thing.
Yep, got it.
I received it. I read it all.
I did too.
And it may be updated in the coming months with secretary.
Yeah, it's always good to review the city boards and commissions handbook. We can't update that, but our bylaws we can update. So like I said, the last time we went through it with the commission was 2015, so maybe it's time to relook at it.
I did see the permanent records. How long do those stay? I mean, is there a statute that they keep the records on file for the commission meetings, or? Says it's just permanent, but that could mean.
Yeah, I mean, now that everything's digital, there's no reason not to have it.
Right.
I don't delete anything. I mean, even like my notes that I take, like I'll save those. Anything involving a commission meeting is at least note taking is, that's part of our record. So I don't delete anything. It's just always there. So who knows what will happen 50 years from now, though.
I won't be here.
You never know.
I remember when the council meetings were all stored on VHS tapes at the library, and now it's, where we've come from.
Did anybody have any questions on the bylaws or the handbook?
Are there any changes in there? This is just another copy.
Yep.
I was reading through them and I didn't see anything different than what I read last time.
Yeah, no changes. And actually, the boards and commission handbook, I think they need to update it because it mentions like archaic, like tape recorded, like audio tape recorded meetings, and so. But ours are pretty much up to date.
Time can you put in the Zoom? Update it with the Zoom meetings?
Yeah, that would probably go in the board and commission handbook, but I can see if we can find a place in our bylaws. Let's see if there's a section for how meetings are allowed to be run.
Well, they're going to be chaos now that I have to run them.
Yeah, I'll see if we can add that somewhere now that that's going to be, I think we're going to see a whole lot more of it.
Yeah.
Add Zoom. Okay.
Any other questions on it?
Aren't those methods for running a meeting, what's it, Robert's rule?
Robert's rules, yeah.
Yeah, Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay, I thought that's what it was. Okay. I'm all done.
Anything else? Okay. All right, moving on to 13. Oh, we missed something on the agenda, or that's misnumbered.
Oh, shoot.
So
Yeah.
So 13, 14, 15 should be 10, 11, 12.
Yep.
So moving on to 10, citizen participation.
I don't see any citizens.
No, I'm shocked to not see Laura here. Okay, moving on to 11, commission members with concerns. We'll start with my screen to my very left is Commissioner Bogdan.
I have, as usual, no concerns. I look forward to the first Fraser, first farm, no, Fraser.
Fresh.
farm-
Fresh farmers.
Lots of F's.
I've been in this room way too long. I'm looking forward to that anyways, and I'm just glad to see everybody here looking healthy and happy. That's it for me.
Commissioner Paletti.
I can't wait till the parks get going and updated and all that, and looking forward to the first farmers market this weekend, and see you then.
Commissioner Kelly.
Thanks for nominating me. I don't know how good they're going to be run, but I'll try my hardest. I do get off work at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday, so I'm going to try to come to the farmers market. I'll take a little power nap and head on up there before I go. And then I think Christina addressed, I was going to talk about that Facebook post that he had a bunch of questions for Christina, and I think you addressed all of them. I just went back on there today, so.
Yeah.
So if people do show up in the pavilions occupied, no one's going to get kicked out, right?
No one's gonna get kicked out unless,
They
there
start
happens to be
attacking.
like 200 people under the pavilion.
Okay.
Then the police might say, okay, this is definitely not social distance.
I just had to make sure that I actually laid it out there word for
Yeah.
word, because someone would be like, well, you didn't address everything that I asked you to. So
Yep, they're allowed to use it. It's just first come, first serve. They have no rights to it. That's why I really deter people from doing a party, because you may think you're going to be out there at 5 a.m. to like save your pavilion, but what if someone's out there at 4 a.m?
Right.
Just a whole lot of uncertainty.
They shouldn't be because the parks are closed.
Yeah.
that's true. That's it. Nothing else.
Thank you. Commissioner Berube.
Nothing other than the market this week, and make sure you bring your mask. We'll have to wear it at the vendor sites.
Do you have masks to hand out if people don't?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
But
Are you going to charge $50 per mask to make some money?
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't do that. But everybody should have their own,
Mm-hmm.
as it is right now to go into different places. So
Yep.
I have a bag full of them.
pray for sunshine.
Well,
That's all.
perfect. And Commissioner Sutherland.
So thank you for the appointment. In the event that, God forbid, Sarah can't make it to a meeting, I will also do my best. I'm really excited about the parks being updated and that getting approved. I'm so excited for Somerset to get updated, and my daughter's been just asking to go there for so long. So that's really great. I'm excited that that's happening. And then unfortunately, I won't be able to come to the farmers market on Saturday because I'm in Minnesota and I'm not leaving until Sunday morning. But if Nancy, I'll send you a message if you need any help or anything for the next one. I'd be happy to be a part of it and go. So, but that's it.
Starting to rain.
I can hear it. It's gorgeous here. I don't know if you guys can see this.
You're probably getting the storm that I just got here.
Wow.
It was huge.
Watching it.
I don't know if you could hear the thunder and lightning.
We're literally in a lake house, and I'm like 20 feet from the lake right now.
Nice.
So it's nice. And it's been sunny. It's nice. So sorry to hear it's not nice there.
Oh, it's hot.
Commissioner Stein.
Yeah, I don't have much. I'm excited about the parks too. It's gonna be awesome for Pompo and for Somerset. Those neighborhoods are gonna be really excited. Also, I will be at the farmers market on Saturday. Let's hope no rain, because I don't think it's supposed to rain, so we're good. There's a lot of graduation parties that day too, so we don't want no rain for the whole day.
That's right.
Right? No rain for the whole day. Other than that, that's all I have.
All right. And yeah, I'm very happy about the parks. I am thrilled to see a couple parks being updated. I hope everybody does go out to McKinley to see the peace totems because everybody did work very hard on those, and it is very cool. I could go up there every day and look at them and notice something different on all of them. Christina, thank you for all of your work that you're always doing behind the scenes. And thank you for letting me be the chair for a while. It's been fun. It has been out of my comfort zone. And I'm glad that a few of them have been on Zoom and not in chambers. That made it a little easier. But yeah, that's it. Nancy, I hope you have a very successful market this Saturday. I hope I can make up in time to go and see it and hopefully purchase some things. But everybody stay
It's not
safe.
going to be 90.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll bring an umbrella to cover that sun. But yeah, everybody stay safe and healthy, and it's good to see everybody again. So, other than that, that's all for me.
I'm sorry. I did want to add, I should have brought it up earlier, but seeing as though, you know, we're a commission and I want to support all the other commissions in the city, I want to, you know, talk about Betty Slominski, who has just recently passed away. She was very active with the Historical Commission and just a wonderful person. So definitely want to send thoughts and prayers out to her family, and, you know, what a powerhouse she was. So the city will miss her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't have the pleasure of knowing her. I never got to meet her, but I've heard really nice things about her. And I know one of the residents, Vanya Apps, had made a post asking people to share their flowers in their garden for her. And I thought that was a really nice way to honor somebody. So keep the flowers coming.
Yeah, she was a master gardener,
Yeah.
so that was her passion.
Yeah, the more I hear about her, the more impressed I am by things she's done. So
Yeah. I'm glad we were able to honor the Historical Commission at the last Christmas in Fraser. So yeah.
fine.
So
Well,
yeah,
thank
I
you.
just wanted to share that.
Thanks for sharing that, Christina. Other than that, if we can get a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Berube, seconded by Commissioner Sutherland. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
All right.
At 8:05.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Thanks,
Good night.
guys.
Stay safe,
Bye.
everyone.